it in the black.
Yeah, everybody's got the dick out.
Yeah, that's why it was dark. Everybody had the dick out. There we go. I guess I got my other phone here somewhere.
This isn't a phone. It's just a case.
That's just a case.
I'd imagine we're live.
We are live.
Live on YouTube.
I did press the live button.
This is the one shot. This is the won't be broken up into segments, not on Facebook. Only hidden in the YouTube live tab.
That is correct.
And you're going to tantalize us with a bunch of good stuff that's comic and...
is it hidden?
What? Well, it's in a different tab, is it not? Does it show up on the actual YouTube timeline? I'm not sure if it does.
No, well, on all, I think. Or maybe it doesn't.
If you go to videos, which is where a lot of people go...
It doesn't go there.
No, it doesn't go. Yeah, you got to go to live.
Let's see if we
So we're here. We're in a hidden little area.
We are.
Okay, so you're going to talk all about pop culture and toys and comics and all sorts of video games.
Nonsense.
But first, before we get started, I wanted to go over a little something here with you and see if maybe I could gather your opinion on things.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Sure.
Does that sound okay? It's going to take maybe 5-8 minutes. Not going to divulge anything too personal. We're not going to be getting into dong size, maybe ball size, but not dong size.
Okay.
But there is going to be a few things that I'm going to need your deep thinking on. You're going to have to get entrenched in thought, and you're going to be able to do this. You're equipped for it. You're ready. It's Thursday, and it's in the app. I'm okay. I'm just not sure. Now, bear with me if I get some of this language incorrect, because I'm not an expert like you are. But I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. 12 in specific. Who, my friend Anthony, is Deanna Troy's mother? Lursa, Kiko, Gushanan, or Loxana?
The last one, Loxana.
Yes, you are correct.
Actually, a little fun tidbit about her. She did the voice of the computer on Next Generation 2.
The Loxana?
And on Voyager.
It's spelled weird. Lwaxana.
She has a thing for the Captain Picard, too.
She has a thing for... I kind of have a thing for Captain Picard, too. Actually, I think I'd probably more get piped by Riker.
Well,
Riker's kind of a stud. He's the real stoic, he's the alpha. I like Picard. Don't get me wrong, but Riker, if you're out there... Okay, moving right along. Okay. I'm not going to give you a multiple choice for this. I'll let you guess it, because I think some of these I find narrowed down. It's going to be too easy for you because you're somewhat of a Star Trek The Next Generation impresario, and I was but a cherry busting virgin last night going through these questions. How many seasons is the new generation?
The new generation? I mean the next generation?
It would be next. It's a I wanted to make sure that it was correct, that there wasn't a thing called New Generation, so I'm reading it how it was written, because I've got screenshots here. I had to go through a whole quiz thing. You are correct. That's 2 for 2. Show off. Anyways, moving right along. What was the role of Tasha Yar? Chief Medical Officer, Chief Engineer, Chief of Security. Yeah. And then Chief of Communications was my other, and there you go. Which of these characters has not appeared in every season? Has not appeared in every... Shut the fuck up! Captain Picard, Data, Worf, or Beverly Crusher?
Beverly Crusher.
Yes.
She was missing on the second season. She went to, she was doing a medical thing on Starfleet Academy. And she had the actual actress from the original series.
Is Crusher the gingerish kind of? Oh, she's fuck. Well, she was.
The doctor from
that's a while ago, but.
Yeah, there's a doctor. Well, a nurse from the original series, not the Dr. McCoy, but there was a nurse. She actually came in and filled in for the chief medical officer while Beverly Crusher was away at Starfleet Academy.
There you have it. That was a little more than the one-word answer.
But
not useless. It's apt for what we're going through here, which is a very pressing quiz that if we don't get right, if you don't get the whole world might end. And so, feel that the weight of things
a
on
little
your
bit now.
Shoulders. So don't let the pressure get to you. You're in your zone. You like Jordan in flow state here. You've got this. The championship is in your grasp, but the weight of the world's on your shoulders. So don't break under the pressure, puss. In which season did Guinan first appear? I don't know if I'm saying that right. That's Guinan. Guinan.
I think you're saying Guinan.
Guinan, yes, that would be right. Which season did he first appear, or she? I'm not entirely sure. 2, 4, 6, or 8? Did you like my?
I did.
Yeah, I thought I'd add in a little pomp and circumstance.
I'm gonna have
talk with a little bit of jazz in my hand. Did you see that woman who got like arrested? I don't know when this was. I saw this on the news the other day. She was like a court, like a sign language. And she was just doing straight bullshit. And like she was like working in like a federal court building. She got like charged with something, but like she was like a middle-aged woman, like in her 50s or 60s, and like some of the sign language experts, I guess, were like super. Like she was just doing like jingle bells. Like it was not. Anyway, that's what I was doing. That was my proprietary sign language.
Okay. I'm gonna have to say I might be wrong on this one, but I'm gonna have to say season 2.
It is 2. Yeah. It is 2. Guinan. That's how you say it. Guinan.
That's Whoopi Goldberg's character.
Season 2. That's who?
Whoopi Goldberg's character.
I thought you said Goldberg. No. Like, who's next? Goldberg. Damn. Goldberg,
Oh, shit.
That was the interlude between his career with the Falcons and WCW. When he was Guinan. Whoopi was doing The View or something. So they brought regular Whoopi Goldberg. Same difference.
Good.
What is the name of Data's evil twin brother? Let me read out just for other people playing along at home, playing the home game. Bor, Sor, Lore, or Tor? You know.
It's going to have to be the third one, Lore.
Lore, that's what it is. You haven't got one wrong yet. That's 6. 6 more.
6 more.
Way to the world, bud.
Woo!
Here we go. In season 2,
yeah.
Who replaced Beverly as the chief medical officer? This is what we just talked about. So this is Catherine, Raquel, Tasha, or Deanna.
What was the first one again?
The first one was Catherine. Catherine is correct.
Yeah, I can just remember.
7 of 7, and that's what we were talking about earlier when Crusher was off.
Yeah.
Was this a hot, foxy redhead?
No, she's an old lady.
Well,
like B. Arthur.
Well, I'm sure Crusher's an old lady now.
Oh, definitely.
I'm an old man now. So
she's on the Picard show. I haven't watched Picard, but she's on there.
Really?
Yeah.
I like Picard. No, I haven't seen the show.
No.
I like Picard.
Me too.
Not as much as I like Riker, but like I said, I like Picard. I think I like Riker the most off Next Generation.
Oh, I'd have to say that or I like Worf too.
I like Worf, Geordi. I like Data. I like.
Do you know Riker has a certain way to sit down?
Really? Yeah. Like the character Riker does?
Yeah.
Or the guy who played Riker? Because I'm not entirely sure what his name is. What's his name?
Jonathan Frakes.
Ooh, because he was on that other fucking Truth or Fiction show or whatever.
Beyond Belief or something like that?
Right. It was something where you had, at the end of like each little anthology.
To tell you which one true or not? Yeah.
Fake. It was totally fake and you bought it.
Yeah.
So how does he sit down?
He swings his leg over the chair and sits down.
Really?
Comes up from behind, swings it over and sits down.
Was there a reason why he did that? Did he come up with?
I think that was just a little character thing that he came up with. There's a few characters that on the show that brought their own personal thing to the character, which is kind of cool.
Well, I mean, it's not just like having a bunch of different cultures meld together. You're talking about a bunch of different races. Mm-hmm. These aren't all humans, right? Like the Klingons and all sorts of Borgs and all sorts of good shit mixed up. So I guess everybody would have their little picadillos, right?
Yeah.
We all got those as just people that live down the street from each other.
That's true. That's
you got to imagine people that live intergalactic distances from each other. Some of them might rub their taint over the arm of the chair before they get their
conflicts here and there.
ass. Oh, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, for sure.
For sure,
yeah. Deanna is half human and half what? Cardassian? Not Kardashian, but Cardassian.
Yeah.
Vorlon, Betazoid, which some of you guys out there, and some gear, and Klingon. I don't think she's a Klingon. Which is it? Is she a Betazoid?
She's a Betazoid.
Really?
Betazoid, yeah.
Oh!
Betazoids are empaths.
Oh, really?
Like
Marco.
Right, yeah, Marco.
What's up, Marco?
Yeah.
My empath, bro.
Half human, half Betazoid.
What is the name of Worf's son? Zachariah, Alexander, Lister, or Noonian?
Lister. It's Alexander.
Alexander?
Lister. That's funny.
It is. Oh, look, I guessed Zachariah.
Oh, no,
I got it wrong, but it is Alexander.
Yeah.
Damn, dude. 3 more, I think. 3 more. Way to the world.
Yeah.
You got this covered.
I do.
I actually searched through like 6 or 7 of these to find one that not only gave me the answers with the questions, so I could screenshot it and I'll write it all down while I was fucking half asleep in bed last night.
Yeah.
But I wanted to find one that seemed like it kind of like spanned the lore of the Next Generation. It didn't like hone in on one character or one season or one arc.
Multiple.
But it was kind of difficult still because this one was, and you're just crushing it. So it's not fun.
Alexander was named after Worf's adoptive parents. Is that?
You thought about like maybe shutting the fuck up, stopping the show. What is the name of the Borg drone that was disconnected from the collective? Broke away from the hive mind. Yeah. Right, you get one of the runaway ladies breaks away from the hive mind every once in a while. What is the name of the Borg drone that was disconnected from the collective? Kristen, Marvin, Hugh, or Hal?
Hugh.
Fuck, it was. I guessed Hal. I got that wrong too.
Wow, it's I
got a few of these wrong. I had to go through this quiz a couple times. I'm not going to lie to you. What is the title of the first episode? I assume that means season 1. Encounter at Farpoint, The Best of Both Worlds, Stasis Leak, or Redemption?
Encounter at Farpoint.
Encounter at Farpoint.
That's the both words.
Did you know Farpoint's one word, but F and P are both capitalized?
Yeah.
Of course you did. Of course you did. Anyways, moving right along to the last question in this really unfun segment.
I might save the world, ladies and gentlemen.
We won't replicate this again, I assure you, and I apologize to everyone out there for his fucking glib attitude. He's short, if it makes you feel any better.
I am.
And bald.
5'9".
Just like I am. In which century is this series set? 22nd, 24th, 26th, or the 28th?
24th.
I guess 22nd, but you were right.
Oh,
24th. Shit. You got 12 out of 12.
12 out of 12.
You better carry the rest of this show because that's all I have. I've got a lot of stuff for cards, so I'll see you in the sports segments over on cards. Congratulations for doing a fucking good job, though.
Thank you.
That was a bastard for me, man. I got my ass handed to me. I didn't know half the. I was like, there's no Geordi LaForge questions. There's a question about like Data's brother. I'm like. So I was like, this is a difficult one.
I'm surprised there's no Geordi LaForge.
Well, there's only 12 questions, though, too. Right? I've seen some Next Gen. I've seen all the movies. So I thought, like, I know a little bit about this. But I guess I didn't even know Guinan was. I thought it was Goldberg.
Yeah. Guinan's almost like a immortal race, kind of like the Q. That's how Guinan was introduced as to Q.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
She has a sweet hat, right?
She does have a sweet hat.
She
wears like a purplish outfit with like a round.
Sweet hat. A lot of different outfits.
Yeah.
You always find it strange the people that seem to live on the Enterprise or they're like really frequently have a really robust closet. Like the guys that aren't working, right? Oh. Not everybody that's in a uniform.
Because everything's replicated.
But like, what do you mean?
Everything's replicated with your replicator. Your clothes, your food, anything you need is replicated. So your stuff, you just throw it away after. Well, it doesn't throw away.
Why do they replicate more crushers?
Well, you can. You go to the holodeck. What a holodeck is, you can do whatever you want in there. And
like it's a no moral zone.
Yeah, they have that. They have like sex programs and stuff. You can go.
Welcome to the glory hole.
You can go to Deep Space Nine. Go to Quark's little establishment there. My favorite Star Trek character, besides Picard.
This is Deep Space. You're talking
Deep Space Nine is Quark.
Quark's got like the bar, right?
He's a Ferengi.
Right, got the bar.
I've seen a
little bit of Deep Space Nine. I've seen a little Voyager as well, as a matter of fact. Just to throw my resume out there into the ring. Go ahead.
You go to Quark's bar. You can go to visit their fun establishments of their holodeck where they have a bunch of programs written.
Glory hole programs.
For like Risa, space beauties and stuff like that. Risa is like a sex planet you go to.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like Swinger Planet or something.
I believe Riker gave him the statue, right? He goes to this planet, Risa, and these chicks keep on asking. Of course,
Riker went there.
Right. These chicks keep on asking him, it's like, oh, do you want to come with you? Because he's holding this fidelity statue, and he doesn't know what it is.
Okay.
And then she tells him, oh, this is the sign, like this is the statue you want to bang. Because that's a sex planet.
Okay.
So, but he just wants to get some peace because it's a beautiful planet, never storms, nothing. It's just a beautiful paradise.
So he's just trying to preserve it.
Yeah. So he just wanted to go on vacation. And so
maybe preserve it with pipe. Maybe that's the problem environmentalists miss.
It was a made planet.
They're always like locking themselves to trees and throwing things at paintings. And maybe if you just offered up more pipe to Mother Nature.
Well, you can just go to the holodeck and offer up pipe.
That seems a little detached. I know we're kind of headed towards that
in space.
Between all the like synthetic doll-like companionship
right,
going
except
on
there's not synthetic doll, it's a synthetic human. It's just
right,
like
but it's still a synthetic experience. Right. And I know we're so rudimentary that we wouldn't know the difference. Like cerebrally, it would still implant itself as like an actual experience and a memory. You still know going in and on the other side of it that memory isn't real.
But there's no attachments. That's a great thing about it. There's no attachment. There's no emotion. Just get your business done. And you're on.
Who said there's any attachments here?
Oh, well, there's.
Oh, okay, just checking. I was wondering if I was missing a part of the plot.
I wonder if it's self-cleaning. So after you do your deposit, is it just go away? Like when the thing turns off, it just disappears.
It's like space vacuum.
It's gone. Sucks right out.
It's gone right in his face.
Oh, I heard you have to be the janitor.
The future's got a lot of jizz flying around.
Well, it's self-cleaning. Everything's self-cleaning there. So they have no janitors.
No.
It's just self-cleaning.
Well, I guess, right? You got the ability to jump timelines and galaxies. You'd think that, like, you got your maid on lockdown.
Well, actually, they haven't been able to jump galaxies.
I don't know why I never put together that there was a replicator, because that does sound like that's pretty plausible for the timeline. Yeah. But, like, for some reason, that doesn't even jar as, like, familiar to me, the idea that there's a replicator in the show.
Yeah, it was introduced.
So you just get new gaunch and...
Yeah, anything you need, it's replicatable right
You got to replicate it, though? So you can't smoke all your dope and then replicate the empty bag? Like,
yeah, you can.
Oh, what?
You can smoke it all and just be like, yeah, I want some more OG Kush.
Oh, no.
Of that, just replicates out of nothing, thin air.
This future shit's starting to sound better and better.
Oh, it does sound better, but anything you want could just be boom. They have like enhancements you can do, like genetic enhancements.
In my future, the wrestler Goldberg's got the big hat, though. Just saying.
Anyways, in my universe, too, I think we share that.
In my timeline, he's got the hat.
He transcends time and
fashionable.
Space.
He's ravishing.
So living in Star Trek would become pretty cool. Like all your medical stuff is just boom there. They have a cure for everything. Just boom, done.
Snap of a finger. Yeah. Just like Thanos, problem solved.
Just about.
Were his problems solved? Because I didn't see Endgame.
He still came pretty. No, he was pretty sad. He was just on a planet by himself. Pretty sad. Shriveled up arm.
Really?
Yeah, because the like gauntlet fried his arm.
Was like decaying his arm?
Yeah, Thor. I think that happened. Oh, like Hulk too.
Really?
Hulk
too much power or what?
Yeah, he pulled what's his face? What's the fighter? Bas Rutten.
Oh, really?
Pulled the Bas Rutten. His arm just like.
Well, Bas got the nerve problem, right? Bas got that because his arm
got the Infinity.
I don't know. Right? Yeah, I guess that could easily happen. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't watched a lot. I don't know if Bas is on Inside MMA anymore.
I'm not sure.
He used to be on that like every week, right? Like
he used to be a commentator. Yeah,
his arm was small for a long time, but then we got to a point where like it looked like Bas was putting some size back on it. I don't know how much nerve impulse was going back down there. You get your neck jammed up. You get those cervical spine issues and the nerve things down your arms, like. I mean, you know the issue I've had from jujitsu.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Brutal, dude. Just brutal. Like it's not the pain where the injury is; it's the fact that it sends
just the nerve,
all the issue down the appendage, way from where the injury is.
Yeah,
but that nerve is. So Bas was in a rough way.
All the nerves connect from your back, right?
So that your central nervous system's all in your spine. Yeah. So that happened to Thanos, eh?
Yeah, Thanos and Hulk, because Hulk used the glove too, but it like shriveled up his arm.
So it didn't. The snap thing didn't work for him.
For who?
For Thanos, like we were saying, the snap thing.
It did at first until they went back to time, and then Thanos figured out their thing that they're going back in time to try to stop him, and then Thanos.
But you were saying he was sad anyways.
He was sad. He was always by himself. Yeah. And then
isn't he by himself anyways, though?
Yeah.
Are there any other Titans? Have we ever seen any other like that I can't think of off the top of my head?
Yeah.
Like a define. Like,
his planet was destroyed though. He talks about it like famine and hunger.
You're right.
Was destroyed.
You're right.
Like
right. So I guess that's probably
Saddy
why.
Pants.
Guess that. Yeah.
Saddy pants.
Well, I guess that's why he's power happy.
True.
Grasping at power because he was sad on the inside.
Sad kids. Power happy.
Should have just laid a little pipe, save the environment, like
Thanos,
like Riker would have done.
He must have like a grimace-sized dong on Thanos.
Maybe he doesn't though.
Oh, wouldn't that be such a cruel crime? Maybe you're so big in stature, and then you're so like unwell.
He just has like an elevator button. You know, like one of those buttons.
It's like a turtle head that pops up.
Sticks out just enough that you can feel you pushed something.
I have the fucking grossest image in my head.
And
penis in my head.
That would give you the impetus to go gather the most powerful gems from all across the timeline.
Well, couldn't you just make like a power to make your dong big? Like
apparently not.
Space.
Apparently not. Apparently that was where the rules of physics started to intertwine with that fiction.
That's why Lady Death banged Deadpool?
Wow. Shots fired, Thanos.
Shots fired, Thanos.
Take that.
Thank God he's not a real person.
What do you got? Tell me a story.
I was going to tell you just a fun little fact here. There's this is just one thing we're leading to. There's a black hole right now flying through space that is 20 million times bigger than our sun.
Really?
A black hole, yeah.
Somewhere near our galaxy or no?
It's outside of our galaxy.
Well, when you say flying through space, the black holes move? Don't they like sit where they are and like progressively suck more and more light from the periphery into them?
Moving. Everything's moving in there, yeah. Our galaxies are all moving. And our galaxy Andromeda...
Well, no, it's all moving kind of in uniform, though, because the universe is expanding all the time. Is that not how it works?
Yes.
So we're moving, but everything's moving in kind of concert with itself.
Right.
So, but a black hole is kind of in an... Is it not in like an isolated area and then pulling the periphery of light slowly into it?
A black hole is not...
Let me know out there.
Is not fixed in time or space. And not a position. Not as anything, because... if you look at the universe is ever increasing, expanding. So you're constantly moving. You don't stay in a stationary place. It's like if you think of a nuclear bomb going off, it just keeps on going and going, a big shockwave.
I do think about that. It's the only way it can come.
Yeah. There you go.
I think about that a lot. Hiroshima is the old. That's my go-to.
Yeah, that is my go-to. Shit, goddamn, me too, bro. But no, so nothing's ever stationary. Everything's constantly moving. We're moving millions of miles an hour now. We just don't feel it, or we just don't see it. But everything's constantly moving. Nothing is fixed. Nothing is finite.
No, I totally get that. But everything's moving because the universe is expanding. But a black hole is not moving like an asteroid through space.
No, it's moving a lot faster.
Moving faster?
Yes. Asteroid.
So how have we not got to the point where black holes around all galaxies haven't just consumed everything? If they're like moving around like these
at the center of every galaxy, even ours,
because they are sucking things from the periphery in, are they not? I'm correct about that, right?
It does.
But the black hole is an
you get stuck in its gravitational pull, but
infinite funnel into nothingness, as far as we know.
As far as we know, it might be a wormhole
that expands. Yeah, right. It never contracts and goes away. It's always expanding, correct?
It expands, but it does disperse energy out of it. It does shoot these shock waves type of light beams out of it when it gets to like a max critical boiling point, you would say. It shoots out these funnels of light, extreme power shoots out. NASA's took some images of these with I believe it was the Hubble, or not the James Webb, but I believe it was the Hubble telescope.
Oh, old school stuff.
Old school
not
stuff.
Newer stuff. Because James Webb's what, like a little over a year old?
Something like that.
Year old,
just a little over a year old.
Yeah. It was like this time last year that it launched, right? Or not launched, but started taking photographs. Because it's on the other side of Mars.
No,
where it's on the other side of somewhere from where the Hubble was, correct?
It's behind the Hubble, because the Hubble keeps getting in front of the James Webb telescope and keeps fucking up its images.
Really? It's behind the Hubble, and it has images that are.
Well, it's
40 years almost.
$20 billion or something.
And like 40 years newer.
Yeah.
Because the Hubble was actually supposed to go out before it ever did go out originally. Wasn't there like a...
James Webb was supposed to go up in 2016.
Right. There was a mishap with that too, wasn't there?
Just technology keeps on advancing, better lenses, better everything, and stuff gets swapped out.
So this
changes.
So this black hole.
Yes.
Do we feel like we should maybe dismantle the James Webb telescope so that we don't know about our impending doom? Because it sounds a little like... It's a little cumbersome to take this on and just be like a normal Joe Blow who has to like chew gum and walk, and knowing that there's this infinite sized black hole rushing through the galaxy faster than an asteroid, from what you tell me.
Well, yes.
It's going to eat me and my loved ones.
Not necessarily eat you. For a black hole to eat something, could take thousands of years, and you wouldn't even know it.
So where is it right now in proximity to us?
It's outside of a galaxy.
Not anywhere.
I couldn't give you that exact
distance.
Proximity.
Way away.
But at the center of our galaxy, there's a massive super black hole. So
I was just going to take a vacation there, and that's
you can't go there. Don't go there. No,
crossed off the list now.
And I think since like everything's slowed down by the time distortion of a black hole, I think the civilizations there are probably so advanced because time is probably so slow for them, or sped up.
Okay, what? Say that again for me.
Okay, so the closer to a black hole, time changes. Time
elongates.
Slows down.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yep.
So I imagine people that are civilizations that are probably at the center of their black hole, probably the closest to where it started. So I think those planets would have evolved first or formed first instead of the outside where we are more located on the spiral arm.
Okay.
So I think like all those would probably be like probably millions of years advanced just because of how the time dilation would be near the black hole.
So confirm with me what you're saying here. You think there are civilizations living inside black holes?
Not living inside the black hole, because the black hole could be like a
living
like
closer to
right in a
it.
close proximity, like to the center of our galaxy.
And it's caused their time and lifespans to then
but I would imagine
elongate in perception and what we consider
we would probably be super fast, and time would be for them would be probably
and
super slow. No. Right, they'd probably live for like millennia compared to the time that we live, right? So if you probably left their time distortion, let's say they are. This is all hypothetical talking. So you're close to a black hole. Time is elongated for you.
So you're not like for sure in contact with other civilizations living near black holes?
I can
just on the record
confirm nor deny that I am.
So there's no corroboration of this, but we're just saying as of right now.
We're just we're just spitballing.
Breadcrumb us along here. Tell me the story.
So like I was saying, the time dilation where we're being closer to the black hole would slow down time for them. So they'd probably live thousands of years compared to our time. So if you left that time dilation, like I said, this is just my theory, that they would age super fast as soon as they left there. And then if they went back, they would be like fucking super old compared to like the people on that planet, because it slows down for them. But everybody outside runs at a regular time.
I do somewhat understand what you're saying, but
so our species lost so like an hour for them on their planet is probably like 1,000 years for us.
And how is this relative to me dying from a black hole?
Nothing. It's just food for thought.
Well, you lost me in thoughts 18 sentences ago.
I would imagine if you were to get ripped apart by a black hole, it'd probably be so painful because you're being stretched. All your molecules and everything that you're made of is being pulled.
So then wouldn't these civilizations that you're saying that might, in theory, somewhere else?
If you evolve there, I don't know, right? Because if you evolved around that.
Do we know, or do they have a theory on what the time span is between something that's on the outside but on the very lip of the black hole being on the outside to then being consumed by the black hole? Do they have a theory that you've ever heard of that would let us know that it's like 1,000 years or like 50 years? No, black holes sound like they work quick. They don't sound like they just like.
No, it's the reverse.
When you talk about that Hiroshima thing, that was fast.
Well, yeah, that's a nuclear bomb, no black hole.
But you're saying a black hole's moving faster than an asteroid. I got to imagine faster than an asteroid is faster than Hiroshima.
Right, it can move fast, right? But
so wouldn't it be pulling fast, and wouldn't everything be kind of
okay? Like I said, on the outskirts, it might look fast, but it's going
scale,
right? But going towards it, everything slows down. So we could be in the middle of a black hole right now and not even know it. It could take 1,000 years for us to get digested.
When you say black hole, do you mean no viewer?
Right. No, we got a viewer. That's probably just me.
That's just you.
But anyways, let's skip on from the black hole stuff.
Okay,
let's move on.
We're not in a black hole anymore.
No, we're not. We've escaped. We've survived that.
Through the rope out, the little knots, and made our way up.
Let's talk about a character that deserves justice being done to a Bane. I think Bane is a Bane.
More justice?
More justice to that character. I think he's a very underutilized.
They've done him in 2 movies.
Yeah, the first one was okay.
The first one was good.
No, he looked like Bane.
He looked like Bane.
With the Arnie there.
Oh, that was Jeep Swenson that played Bane.
Was that?
Yeah, Jeep was a big bodybuilder.
That was like
wrestling Bane. A little bit. That was Jeep Swenson. He died like that same year, the next year. Oh, big dude. Just giant trend monster.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He was running it all. Jeep had like 25-inch arms. Like he was massive.
Well, I can see why he played
He was
Bane.
like 340 when he played Bane.
Oh!
Yeah, he was a monster.
Yeah, that is a monster.
He was like, you ever see pictures of him, and he's not like bodybuilding contest prep shredded. He's like one of those thick, just like 850 D balls.
Right.
He was a big man.
Jeep
Swenson was a big man. Yeah, for the first Bane that wasn't Tim Burton, was it?
No, he only did the first 2. That was Schumacher.
That
was the one with what's his handsome dude?
Clooney and Chris O'Donnell.
Chris O'Donnell and Alicia
Silverstone.
Right.
That's right.
So like,
but Bane looked great.
Dude, that was like a spot on.
What's it called?
The Venom.
Venom, right. All the green pumping, all the veins had green in it.
Oh, yeah, dude.
But the other Venom was bad.
That other Bane from...
And Tom Hardy's great.
Tom Hardy's good.
He's a great actor.
Did you know he has a Star Trek connection, Tom Hardy? He played Picard.
How many Nemesis. Kevin Bacon's away is he from Star Trek?
No, he's actually... He played Picard in Star Trek.
Oh, that's
Star Trek Nemesis. He played his clone.
Right. Yeah. That's right.
I always forget that because I was doing a fantasy thing of who would I get to play in the Next Generation. Henry Cavill would play Riker, and I thought Tom Hardy. And then I was like, oh shit, Tom Hardy played Picard in
already.
He
did it already.
That clued in.
That's why it was like a familiar fit for you.
Yeah, exactly.
He would be good at that. It's like, because he already did it.
Yeah, he already did it.
A little bit of experience on it.
But his portrayal of Bane was... Like, I know it's not him. It wasn't his idea.
No, it's not Hardy's fault.
But it could have been better. Like,
it's bullshit.
I know it's grounded more in reality type of thing.
Oh, it's garbage, though.
Like, come on. You just kind of shit all over that character Bane. Because, like, Bane's a badass. Like,
a lot of color.
You know the Batbot?
Yes.
You know fucking Bane ripped that apart bare hands?
Well,
like a motherfucker. He's like...
Bane's a beast, dude.
Right.
There's a reason that Jeep Swenson played Bane.
Oh,
like one of the biggest people on the planet at the time.
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot of guys that could have played that. We would have got like Greg Kovacs or somebody to play Bane. You would have needed some giant monster.
Yeah.
It's like Jeep was one of the few guys that was like that.
Did he ever wrestle or no?
Yeah, he was in WCW for like a cup of coffee because he was buddies with Hogan.
Oh shit, okay.
Because he's huge.
I've probably seen him.
Jeep was huge in the bodybuilding scene, like back in the 90s, Venice Beach, all that kind of stuff. So like when you look at like guys like RX Muscle guys, if you listen to Dave Palumbo or John Romano or any of those, they all know who Jeep Swenson is. But I mean, again, he was not a competitive bodybuilder as much as he was just an animal, just a giant freak show animal. Like,
let's see,
that's him.
Oh yeah, okay, this guy.
Like, that's a big.
That's
boy.
A big boy.
Like, and that's meaty. Like that, you can see he's not Diesel. He's a meat. Like that's a meaty lad.
That's a big boy.
How much trend is that guy on?
All of it.
All of the trend.
He's sticking it right in his pee hole in his eyes. Everything.
That's him there.
Look at that.
You couldn't take more trend,
dude.
That boy.
I thought that was a bodysuit that was on him.
That's just there. They are airbrush.
They're painting them.
They're just painting them. Yeah,
that's a big dude.
He was. Yeah, Jeep Swenson was a gangster.
Boy.
But of course, he popped like a balloon because
when you're
that big. Like, how do you even carry that around?
You don't. You die.
You don't. Right. You. That's kind of the thing.
As soon as you pass your peak,
there's a threshold.
There's
a threshold for load, and then a lot of people have gene things that hereditary things that compound on that. So, I mean, then you're also adding in the fact you're not just that size, but you're probably running blood pressure and maybe some, your kidney profile, liver lipids and stuff starting to look because of the things you're doing. Because you're clearly doing some extracurriculars, which is fine. But then you also, your life expectancy.
A couple extra vitamins than it should be.
Too many multifaceted things and something just gave.
I
think he was only 40.
Yeah.
But I mean, wife, kids, all that kind of shit. So it sucks, but bodybuilding, especially at that level when you're that size.
Yeah, it's massive.
Dude, that's
massive.
How much food is that a day? I don't care because like if you're running trend, you're lean. So you can't even keep size. Like you can keep a bit of size on your hard, but you're
eating well over 20,000 calories.
Probably 15 or 20.
They say, you got to eat 10,000 calories. That motherfucker was doubling that up.
He was huge. That's the size
of a fucking ox.
That's a big man.
When they say an ox,
it was like a blue bull.
Yeah, it's a Belgian blue bull. If you guys haven't looked that up, that thing has a mutation for muscle on top of muscle.
That's myostatin, right? That's a myostatin mutation. Mm-hmm. There's a few people out there that have that. That's like
cyclist.
There's a cyclist out there.
Eyes on him, like
never worked out in his life.
Tree trunks,
just
bro.
Trunk legs.
And you're like, what?
And not trunk legs like, this guy is the strongest cyclist ever. Like,
no.
Trunk legs like, this guy is a competitive bodybuilder.
If he's carrying cars and squatting, doing lunges
and
uphill.
He's a smaller dude. He said
his proportionate body's like small up top, and then his leg just.
But it's only because he's a cyclist. Because he said growing up, like his entire life, he was in pain constantly.
Yes.
Because the muscle fiber just is in rebuild mode, just nonstop. Because he's like a 1 in 100 million to have that gene mutation.
And it's only in a certain muscle spot, like their legs or something. It's not all over.
Oh, really? Because he's huge.
Yeah. I heard
Jeep Swenson didn't have no myostatin issue. Jeep Swenson was just a tank.
Yeah.
Like just a tank.
That's what I read. I read an article that said that it was only to one spot of their body.
I must have got it in my dick. So why do you want to why do you think, other than these bad movies, that Bane needs some sort of corrective measures? What could we do to fix it?
Because this one thing I read of Bane. This is why I think he needs a better treatment than what he got. Like, he should get his own villain movie or be a lead villain in a Batman movie. Just for the sick, twisted fact that he kidnapped Bruce Wayne one time, dug up his parents, put him in the grave, and Bruce Wayne awoke with both his parents.
Wow.
In the grave.
Never heard of that before.
Yeah, dude. Buried him alive.
Which, do we know what that was in? Was it Detective Comics or Batman, or was it like a side? Or Black Label, maybe DC Black Label.
It wasn't a Black Label. I'm pretty sure it was in Batman.
Wow. That's dark.
It is dark.
That's super dark.
Yeah. I was like,
I would do a Bane movie. Problem is he doesn't have there's not much for dialogue, so you'd have to have him just shit wrecking through stuff the whole movie.
I think that's all.
And they don't ever do that, because you go look at the other movies that have big shit wreckers in them. They didn't do it with Rhino. They didn't do it with Juggernaut when Resident Evil in the second one or whatever had, what was his name? Nemesis. Yeah. They didn't do it with him. They had like 5 or 10 minutes because they can't figure out how to write a story around a guy that's indestructible.
They kind of had Juggernaut in the second Deadpool.
You almost have to let Bane have the first like 45 to 60 minutes of the movie just being Godzilla, and Bruce is like incapacitated.
I think you'd kind of have something similar to that, but you'd have to have Bane or Batman trying to figure out how to stop him.
But that's the thing, is Batman's not going to sit by like idly and try to like game plan. He's going to throw himself in the mix.
Yeah, he stops him every time.
But that's kind of the issue, is that if he throws himself in the mix, you're getting your high spots in way too early in a movie. And now you're trying to fill these superhero movies ostensibly like 2 hours long plus nowadays. Well, so you're trying to fill, let's say, 120 minutes. You're not going to be able to have Batman, because he's going to throw, if Bane is actively smashing through the third floor of a major metropolitan mall and just chucking patrons off the third floor balcony to the floor and stuff, and just Batman's going to interject there, even if he gets beat up.
Well, I think you started off as Bane's already on a rampage.
That's what I mean. Like, let's say Batman's in a coma or... And then you have a chance to build Bane, because Bane is such a wrecker that if you just let him go like the Cloverfield monster or Godzilla for 60 minutes, you build all this momentum because this guy looks indestructible. I don't
know if I'd have Batman in a coma, because he'd be so weak and disoriented when you come out of it. It's kind of like how fake it was like in the movie where Bane breaks Batman's back in the movie Dark Knight Rises. And then,
does he really? He does the whole back break?
Breaks his back, throws him in the jail that Bane was in. And you know how Batman got his back better? By a man hitting him in the back with a 2x4.
Well, that's how I fixed my back.
He's just hanging by a rope, like he's got a rope under.
My alley chiropractor does that.
Dr. Sweet Spot.
Cheap rates. Always can get in.
It's always comped.
Got a 1 liter of mouthwash. Right. He likes the mint, the peppermint.
The Pepto.
Peppermint. And it's bring your own 2x4.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you got to bring your own. Brought one with a nail in it one time. That won't make that mistake again.
But yeah, like, so I don't know if you want him already like pre-injured, because like how are you gonna beat Bane unless if you guess he like has some sort of mech you beat him with. But I'd say you already start, Bane's already in rampaging, and Batman starts flying in the night or in the Batwing, and it starts from there. It's like an all fucking war just for like 55 minutes. It's just a war.
Is that not what Batman versus Superman kind of was? It was a long running sort of a back and forth where there was a movable force meets the impenetrable object.
A little bit. The writing was okay in that movie. Like,
no, but I mean, wasn't that the premise, was that they were smashing each other back, and not like fucking right, not like that. Not that Henry Cavill couldn't pipe Affleck down or whatever. Like right. I'm sure that would get 1 million OnlyFans views.
It would have got. I think that fight should have gone longer a little bit.
Oh, it wasn't like a movie long sort of an encounter.
They had their things here and there. Lex kind of interjected because at the end of it kind of went into the Justice League, because they fight Doomsday at the end of it.
Who was Lex Luthor?
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, okay, right on. I couldn't picture who was Lex. I haven't seen this, so
no. So he's Lex Luthor.
Amateur.
So like him and Batman fight for a bit in the movie, but then they team up to fight Doomsday at the end, right? And the only reason why Batman stopped from killing Superman,
Doomsday's in that movie too.
Yeah,
son of a bitch.
Yeah, Lex
Doomsday.
Luthor makes Doomsday, and fucking Superman sacrifices himself, and that's why he's like fucking. Batman's all fucked up. He's like, we need Superman now, because he was all about killing Superman. He's like, that guy needs to die. That guy needs to die.
Really?
And then fucking he goes to kill him with the fucking kryptonite spear, and he's like, save Martha. And he's like, what? Because Martha's fucking Batman's mom's too. His name's Martha.
Okay.
So, but Martha Kent is Superman's mom.
Oh.
So it's like, save Martha. And he's like, why did you say that name? So he's like, why the fuck did you just say save Martha?
Mm-hmm.
And he's realized that's his mom, because Lois comes running in. He's like, that's his mom, Martha. And he fucking throws it away, and he's like kind of like snapshot.
Watch out there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nope.
And then he's like, he goes, saves fucking Superman's mom and shit like that. And then he's like, fucking throws it down, and he realizes him sacrificing himself for Doomsday, because there was no way to kill Doomsday. The only way is Superman gets close to him. So Doomsday has like this big spike. Superman pulls it through his chest to get to Doomsday, to take the kryptonite spear and like stab him right through the head. And so Superman ends up dying, and like Batman's just kind of like broken, because he's like, that's our savior. I was so wrong about this guy.
Right.
Because he's like a god that nobody can kill. And he's like, what if just one day he snaps?
You're right. I mean, right? Yeah, and that's a totally plausible type of anxiety I think people would have interacting.
Well, Batman has a nightmare of where Superman
changes, flips on everybody,
and kills everybody because fucking Lois dies, and he blames Batman, blames her for dying, and then fucking he's holding Batman, and then fucking lasers just cuts off Batman's head and shit like that. So Batman tries to stop that, but then he realizes what he did is he fucked over humankind, because now Darkseid's coming. And he's 1,000 times more powerful.
Was Darkseid in that movie too?
Yep.
Like they fought Darkseid, or he's just like previewed?
Well, he's in it, and they're about to fight him. He's about to like shoot his like lasers and shit like that. And then they close the portal, and Darkseid's like, I'm on my way.
So did they fight Darkseid in Justice League?
They were just about to. They fight Steppenwolf.
That's right. Steppenwolf is in it. That's right.
Yeah. So they had a lot of cool like stuff that he added to it for like his final cut that came out.
The Snyder one.
They added like Hercules and like the whole thing of like the Amazons, and like how Superman has a bigger scene in it.
Oh, of course, scene. Oh, yeah. One track mind.
One track mind. So that what I say, like
I'm doing the ad libs like a rap song, right? You just kind of lay up things, and I just fill in keywords. Superman's got a bigger dick.
Yeah. He probably does. He has like Kryptonian steel, right? Just hanging around, I imagine, right?
I don't know what Jor-El or Kal-El or Rob-El.
He gets his power from
I haven't looked.
He gets his power from
Definitely haven't done any charcoal sketches of how I imagine them to look. No, I died. Don't do that anymore. I got the court order.
Right.
Right. We're going to be abiding by that probation.
We are.
Your Honor.
So that's why I believe Bane should use or should be used in
use a dick pump. And now we're going to go smoke a bowl.
Imagine Bane using a dick pump.
I don't know how to stop the...
You just hit the little X.
Hit the X.
There you go.
You're going to have to put in